up a fire in here. Cooking up something good for you. I wasn't cooking that. But God did cook up a message especially for you. So you just tuned in to BABME Weekly. Let's get it started.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm being a better me every day.
My name is Keon Lovey, and I'm being a better me every day.
Being a better me.
Better me.
Being a better me.
Better me every day.
Being a better me every day.
Every day.
Better me each and every day.
Ruben, and I'm being a better me every day. Micah.
How are we doing? Hey, how's it going? What's good? What's good with y'all? It is Micah being a better me every day. And everyone, thank y'all for taking time out of your day to listen to what I gotta say. Yo, it means a lot. It keeps me going. It keeps me fueled. And I'm glad and I'm honored to consistently keep it coming for y'all, okay? Now, hopefully y'all been paying attention because this September it's all been about self, okay? It's all been about self. We call this Self-September, all right? And it just hit my mind because I don't think a lot of us appreciate ourselves. So I wanted to give y'all something to encourage you to be a better you, clearly to be a better you. All right, that's why I named it Self-September. And this is the last of Self-September. All right, after this, we're going to be on to a new subject. All right, so hopefully if we didn't pay attention to anything, I just want to give us a quick review on the things that we went over, all right? The first thing we went over was self-love. Self-love. You got to learn how to love yourself. Learn to find out the things that you love. Understand you. What do you love? Understand yourself, all right? Self-love. Then we went over self-pleasure. Self-pleasure was actually putting self-love into action, okay? You know all the things you love now. You figured out all those things that you love to do. Now it's actually doing them. Actually pleasuring yourself within doing those things. Figuring out like, wow, I really do love treating myself out. It's one thing to know something, but then self-pleasure is actually doing it, all right? And then self-discipline. Self-discipline was so important because in order to get better at something, in order to train yourself at something, you have to be disciplined. You have to consistently do it every single day, every single time that you're supposed to do it, you got to do it. And that's what I wanted to bring forth, self-discipline. Now, that leads today, the last self-word. And the last self-word is selfless. Selfless. Yeah. Now, this is so intricate and detailed, and it wraps all the self-words up into one, and it definitely puts all of them into action. This really wraps it up. And the reason why I say that is because selfless is realizing that you've encouraged yourself enough to realize it's not all about you. Now, if we go over the definition of selfless, you'll probably be wondering, if it's all about me and Self-September, why are we doing selfless? See, the Merriam Dictionary describes it as having a little or no concern for oneself, especially with regard to fame, position, money, etc. So especially within that definition, you're like,
So Micah, you telling me that after me finding all the things that I love about myself, and then after me actually doing all the things that I love about myself, and then I'm disciplining myself into doing the things that I need to do, so I'm getting all of myself together, you telling me that I gotta stop thinking about myself?
you could kind of take it in that way, but don't. Yourself is super important, but the reason why that needed to be selfless, because when you've grown within a certain point, within learning about yourself, loving yourself, and finally appreciating yourself, you have to be comfortable with letting yourself go. Letting all the concerns, all your worries about you, all what you want, me, gotta figure me out. I want only time for me. I want all of this for me. I like me. It's not about that anymore. Isn't that interesting? After doing so much for yourself, it ends to a selfless. thinking about others, because now that you have this knowledge of understanding how to appreciate yourself more and everything, you have to spread that over to someone else. And sometimes within doing that, they might not understand it. And for that fact, you have to put your worries and cares and what you want away, and you have to worry about them. Parents do that for us all the time. It's so important for that fact. And in the Bible, it talks a nice amount, actually, about being selfless. Go figure, right? As I was researching in the Bible and I was looking at some selfless attributes or ways that we have to be selfless, not to be redundant, but I ran over one scripture, and it was book John chapter 15 verse 12 through 13. It says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man layeth down his life for his friend." Now God told us two things right there. He told us two things. The first thing he said is to love others as much as he loved you. And keep in mind, you weren't as holy as you were now. All right, we all made mistakes. We've all have fallen some type of short. However, we can get back up and be that blessed person that he wants us to be. But what he's saying is he loved you throughout everything. He loved you throughout everything. And he wants you to love others just as much as he loved you. Okay? Then the second thing he's saying is that how great a love it has to be that he would die for us. You feel me? Like he would die for us when we weren't in our right standings. Now, I'm not telling you to go die for somebody. Like right now, like I need to die for someone. I need to die for you. I need to die for you. No, I'm not saying go find someone to die for. I'm saying that's how strong a love you have to have for someone else. That's what selfless is. Selfless is taking you out the picture and putting someone else in it and saying you're worth it. You're worth it. You need it. And I want to do that for you. Now, I told you the importance of it. I told you all the things you need to know for it. I want to tell you some directions. All right, some simple steps on how to be selfless. All right, because I just don't want to leave you with how much importance it is. I'm going to leave some actual steps for you to do. You feel me? Step number one. When you ask somebody how their day is, literally mean it. You know, like we do this all the time.
Oh, how's it going?
I'm good.
We don't care how's it going. Be honest. When you ask that question, do you really care? No. Actually, be genuine within asking someone, how is your day? I actually want to hear the answer. Now, here's the thing. We sometimes get caught in this trap, but if we do get caught in it, let us actually act genuine in it. If someone wants to tell you their day, and you say, yeah, what's going on? Or it's like, man, something's bothering me. And you're like, oh, yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Actually care, all right? Actually care what they're about to say. I know we think that we do care, but we give such generic answers. This is what I mean by generic answers. The answers to after they said all of their day is usually this.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. It's alright. Everything will be okay. Oh, man. That sucks. Yeah.
Stop it. We know the generic answers. You don't care. Then we wish you didn't have told us, and then somebody else does whatever because they realize no one really cares the problems that they had to say. Stop being generic and be more genuine. Third, if someone brings up a problem to you that is also relatable, don't bring up yours first, okay? So let's say, man,
Man, my money is so tight right now. I really just don't have, no money. I've just been so busy.
First thing we say is,
yo, man, my money is tighter. Like, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this.
shut up. When somebody tells you something, they just want you to sometimes listen or ask them, say things like, yo, why is your money tight? Or what's going on? And if you don't want to have a conversation, just let them know, hey, I got to move on. But be genuine. Stop being generic and be genuine. The next one of the simple steps is, out of one random day, you don't have to do it every day, but just start you off, give somebody appreciation. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your friends, just tell them I love you. Tell them you're cool. Tell them you mean a lot to me. You don't got to be sappy with it. I'm not asking for you to be sappy and give them a long list story. But show somebody appreciation. Yo, thank you. For what? That's for everything. Just thanks. Cool. It might be weird, might sound weird, but guess what? It's appreciation. And that little appreciation will stick in their heart. The next, and one of the last simple steps I want to bring forth before I let you go is, you don't have to do this every day. However, if you are in an opportunity where you have something to give that someone needs, stop being selfish, think about being selfless, and give it. No, you might not get instant return right away. No, they might not give you something back. No, they might damage whatever you gave them that they were supposed to give back to you, or whatever. That might happen. The prize is learning to be the best you can be. And that's being selfless. And even if they mishandle what you gave them, it's the fact of your heart on what you did. God will bless you for that. You might not think so, but it's the way our heart is. And if we do it with a clean and good heart, then we're going to get something back. Look, guys, I know this has been longer than usual, but I wanted to let y'all know the last word within Self-September is selfless. You've done so much for yourself. Now teach people how to do it for them. Stop and be selfless. I'll see you in October. Hopefully we enjoy Self-September. Y'all been amazing. Thank you for the love and support that BABME is getting. I'm going to let y'all know on my information on itsbabme.com. I'm actually speaking somewhere for this dope designer, internet designer. All right? I'll let you know more about that. All right? But besides that, y'all keep being a better you. See y'all later.